everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a Christmas look. So you can see that I'm all ready. So this is the look that I'm gonna show you today. This is a very subtle makeup with a very bold red eyes and bold lips. I just did nothing special with my hairs but a little messy up to a red sweater and this look. So if you want to know how I created this look, then please keep on watching. So first of all, I'll be prepping my skin well before makeup. So I have already used SPF. Now I'm using the Glamglow Illuminating Moisturizer. A very little amount. It's basically on the pricier side, so you can also use the Max Taupe cream for the glowy look. Now I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer. I'm using it on the areas where I feel that I have a little bit of pores, so to blur those off, I'm using this. Next, I'm using the concealer from Maybelline Age Rewind. I so loved it. It's like so pigmented. I'm using it on my areas where I have a little bit of marks in my under eyes. I am blending it in a dabbing motion, so you should do that the same way. Next, in case of foundation, I'm using the Maybelline 24-hour full coverage foundation, like a little amount, only a drop of it, because it's winter. You do not want to look cakey and dry on your skin. So take your time, blend it well. Look how I'm doing it. I'm taking my time. I'm blending it in a dabbing motion. I'm just basically dabbing it very lightly. So a closer look. Now I'm using the Wet n Wild contour palette. From that palette, I'm using the compact under my eyes and the areas where I am a little bit sweaty all the time, and then blending it all over my face. Now I'm taking the contour shade and a very subtle contour. Next up is blush from Sugar. It's a very light nude shade, but it's very pigmented, so you need to be very careful. While I apply it, you can see how pigmented it is, so I'll just make it look good by blending it. Like, blending does it all, guys. You should know that. Take your time and blend it very well. So now I'm using the Huda Beauty baking powder in the shade Banana Bread. I am basically using it now because I'll be doing my eye makeup, so I do not want any fall offs. For eyeshadow, I'm using the Huda Beauty Remastered palette. So first of all, I'm taking the lightest shade in the palette, which is Sandalwood, as a transition shade, and I'm blending it really well. Next up, I have used the shade Man Eater. It's basically a red shade, but I have taken a very little amount, like it's highly pigmented, so a very little of it. Next up, I'm using Cocoa in the corner of my eyes, which I'm blending it down below, around my eyes as well, for that smoky effect and to make your eyes look a little bit bigger. Next, I'm using a glitter red shade, which is Fling from the old rose gold palette, not the remastered one, and I'm blending it with my fingers. You can do that the same way. Again, I'm taking the shade Cocoa from the remastered palette to make my corners of my eye look a little bit more darker. Here I'm using a shimmer shade from the remastered palette. Now it's time for eyelashes. Now putting on eyelashes is a very easy thing, guys. You need to know the technique. I am using a very dramatic mink lashes. You can go for the normal subtle ones too. So here's how it looks. Now it's time for brows. I did my brows off camera. It's the Wet n Wild brow kit, and now I'm using highlighter, which is also from Wet n Wild. It's a very subtle highlighter, yet gives you a very glowy finish. Now I'm using lip liner, and for that bold red lips, I'm using Ruby Woo. So guys, here's my final look. I hope you like it. It's a very subtle makeup with bold red eyes and red lips. I paired it up with a red sweater. I liked it. Comment down below how you like this look.